More news coming in at this point in time. White House is outraged, and I quote them, over Washington killings that were reported yesterday. US is said outraged by Israel embassy staff killings. Evil of anti-Semitism must be eradicated. Locals pay tribute to Israel diplomats at the site. Remember, two diplomats, in fact, were gunned down, a man and a woman, at the Israeli embassy yesterday. US says we're outraged by anti-Semitism. It must be eradicated. This is an evil, is what has been said. In fact, listen in from the White House spokesperson.
President Trump is saddened and outraged over the brutal murder of two Israeli embassy staff here in Washington, D.C. last night. The evil of anti-Semitism must be eradicated from our society. I spoke to the Attorney General this morning. The Department of Justice will be prosecuting the perpetrator responsible for this to the fullest extent of the law. Hatred has no place in the United States of America under President Donald Trump.
Getting in more details this morning at this point in time. This is in fact a horrific tragedy that we're reporting on, where two Israeli diplomats had been gunned down. This was mindless violence. Pranay, just also talk to us a little about the investigations in this entire matter. What else are you picking up?
As you know, Sneha, the incident happened yesterday. The investigation is still underway. The person who actually shot at these two, the Israeli staff, embassy staffers, is in police custody. He's being investigated. His name is Elias Rodriguez. He's from Chicago, Illinois. But subsequent to this thing, the hardening of stance which has come and which is now there by the Trump administration by taking further action against the Harvard University. This is yet another episode of the hardening of position by the Trump administration in the name of anti-Semitism. You would recall, Sneha, that Trump administration has been taking steps against the anti-Semitism and many other things as far as the crackdown on the Columbia University and Harvard University. But now President Trump and his administration has taken a very hard decision where they have banned Harvard University for the enrollment of the international students. They have already cut down on the international grant for the Harvard University, and it's been going on for a few months. But now this is a big step because Harvard is the premier, the Ivy League institution in Cambridge, Massachusetts, in the United States. But now this has happened, especially in the wake of this horrible incident which took place in Washington, D.C. yesterday. And now we could see subsequent action by the Trump administration in the name of anti-Semitism because,
All right, Pranay, I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. Pranay Upadhyay getting asked those details and telling us about this horrific incident that took place in Washington, D.C. Israeli staff members were gunned down. The U.S. has condemned this. The White House says we're outraged over Washington killings. The evil of anti-Semitism has to be eradicated, says the White House in a statement.